So if you can't even do that, you're irrelevant to the conversation. Stop throwing your words at a blank wall. I'm not going to respond to you. For the other pros that are jumping in and hating on the fact that like console players don't deserve money, says who?
G'day mates, welcome to another episode of Antics with Aussie, where I keep you up to date with everything going on in competitive Fortnite. You already know from the title, from the thumbnail, and from that opening clip, today's video is going to be about the newly announced Trio FNCS prize pool. And anytime a prize pool is announced in Fortnite, everybody goes crazy, everybody loses their mind, and I just keep getting asked what's my opinion on it. So I wanted to give my opinion here today, but also kind of show you the different opinions in the community in case you missed it, show you some of the pros' perspectives, some of the casuals perspectives, and just give you a better understanding of what the prize pool is and maybe why Epic is making the decisions they're making. Because I feel like in this, a lot of people get really frustrated, they get really heated, and you kind of gets lost on exactly what Epic might be thinking when they make these prize pools. So let's just jump straight into it. I started off with that opening clip from Monster, and I just want to kind of show you a bit more of what he had to say about it, because it kind of leads me straight into my point. So let's show that clip. This is Monsterdface, a fellow caster of mine, a good friend of mine, and his opinion on why console and PC have a split prize pool.
Also, prize pools overall, period, in Fortnite are like way crazier on a weekly basis than every other tournament organizer out there. What are you guys talking about? You guys have the ability to make stupid amounts of money across multiple regions for what? For playing Fortnite and being good, which you guys deserve that. And so does console, man. Let them earn their pieces of the money.
So if you don't know exactly what this debate is and why everyone's freaking out, that's fine. Basically, with Trio FNCS being announced, we've once again got a console and mobile prize pool, and we have a PC prize pool, and they're split straight down the middle. They're 50-50. So this is always going to start massive debates, because you have the pros freaking out saying they deserve more of the money, and then you have the casuals saying that no, we deserve half the prize pool because we spend our money on the game. So that's what Monster's getting in there. So Monster is defending the side of console, saying that they deserve prize money as well. And before the video goes on any further, I'll give you my opinion. I agree with Monsterdface that console does deserve a portion of the prize pool. Do I believe it should be 50-50? I'm not entirely sure yet. What I would hope is that Epic Games has done some market research. They've realized that if they put more money into console players spend more money on the game, they play Fortnite for longer, which in turn makes the game survive for longer, and then we have more money to give to the PC prize pool. I think that's fair. Is that 50-50? I'm not entirely sure. But what I do believe is where Epic's going wrong, that a lot of these debates are coming from, and I don't hear anyone mention as a solution. The issue for me is the fact that the top console player is getting as much as the top PC player, and that's where a lot of people get frustrated. I would like to see, and I said this in my last video, the console prize money, whether it's 50% or not, I want to see that prize money spread way more thin. The issue we have right now is you have the person in first place in EU is going to make over $100,000, and they're not going to go and get a PC. They're not going to swap to PC. They're not going to try and play the more competitive platform. They're going to stay on console, and that's not fair for console players either. I believe it should be spread out to like top 1,000, make a little bit more money, maybe even 2,000-3,000, so that if you're a console player and you're on console and you're getting good, you're rewarded for being better. But then maybe if you have enough money, you can go over to PC if you want to. But it should never be PC players going from PC to play on console because they want to make more money. That just makes no sense to me. And if you spread the prize pool really thin, they won't do that because there's more money to be earned on PC. Now, for people who say that console deserves it because they're more competitive, I just don't believe that's true. I have massive respect for console players. You guys are on the same platform versing each other, so whichever is the best console player is the best console player. That is awesome. But trying to compete against PC players is just a different ballpark altogether. But that's where I feel like a lot of pros get really annoyed at console, and they say that means you don't deserve any prize money. I don't agree with that. If having a console prize money is what's going to keep this game alive and it's going to fund competitive Fortnite for longer, then I am completely fine with it. But I just think when you're giving the top so much money and the bottom, like, you know, top 500 don't even get money, then it's not even helping console that much either. So that's my standpoint on that factor. I'm going to start showing you different pros perspectives to give you an idea of what they're talking about, because pros aren't just upset about this console PC prize money split. A lot of them are also upset that Epic Games is just giving less money in these most recent seasons than they were in seasons past. I mean, you saw this tweet from Benji Fishy that compared just how much of a difference it is between this season and the last trio FNCS we had. And yes, that is ridiculous. That is a huge difference in money, and I fully understand why the pros are getting upset about that. But where I want to jump in then is you have a lot of pros getting upset with the prize money, and I understand why. It's because at the moment, Fortnite as an esports doesn't let other people or orgs kind of have players come into them. So salaries in Fortnite are incredibly low, and most top tier players aren't even on a salary or a decent salary at that. They have to make their money through prize pools, and that's what gets really, really scary. So the reason why prize pool affects pros so much, because you have a lot of people looking at these hundreds of thousands of dollars and being like, what are you talking about? Like Monsterdface said, you have it so much better than other esports. But I disagree with that in a sense, because like we look at League of Legends, because it facilitates having orgs, you can then have players on really good salaries because they're sponsored by really massive companies who pay them a lot of money, even if they don't win tournaments, because the amount of screen time they get for advertising is so much higher. Fortnite just doesn't facilitate that. It is not as friendly on orgs. That's why a couple of seasons ago, if it wasn't for World Cup, I believe so many orgs would not have even looked into Fortnite. It was only when World Cup got announced that so many orgs came in and started signing so many big players. And most players in Fortnite don't share what salaries they're on. And I know from talking to them, and I know from myself being a content creator, looking around the scene in Fortnite for orgs, it's not that much money. So they really do rely on the prize pool. But I'm gonna flip that on its head and try to, if there's any pros watching this, try to implore you to make content. And I know you shouldn't have to make content if you're a pro player in an esport. I get why you don't feel like that, but Fortnite, you have to look at the advantages you have. Because Fortnite is open to everyone, anyone can show up on the day and play. It has a massive following content-wise, and that is where you can make the money that other orgs, that other esports would make from orgs, that you can then make from Fortnite. But also, I also want to tell pros that the reason why you're even in the position you're in, or any of us are when it comes to this esport, is because it's open. If Fortnite stops making the tournaments open and they start putting all the prize money for only the top players, and it's only if you qualify through 18 different rounds with 2 teammates of other top tier pro players who can practice 8 hours a day, if we make it that full, rigid, hardcore esports like a lot of you guys are asking about, you would have never gotten into the Fortnite scene in the first place. You wouldn't be where you are to now be upset about the prize money going to console or not being as much as what you thought it was. Fortnite is so great because anyone could show up on the day, anyone can win, and anyone can make a name for themselves. And I think Fortnite needs to stay that way. So it's easy to just say we want more money, but at the same time, the pros that are saying that, who I don't even see them record their tournaments or make videos or any of that, I have to think that you're not putting in the massive amount of effort you could be doing to make more money as well. And that's where you see a lot of people calling pros spoiled or selfish, but they don't understand that mentality about orgs and the fact that these pro players need to win these tournaments to make money. So I know I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here. I know I'm just pretty much taking both sides and supporting both of them, but that's genuinely how I feel. I believe the console should have a decent prize pool. I believe that prize pool should be split way thinner, and I understand why pros are upset, and I don't think they should be attacked for complaining or being told they're spoiled just because they're complaining about, instead of getting 500,000, it's now 100,000, because there's other things that are going on in Fortnite. But I do want pro players to look at other esports and realize that back in the day, or not even back in the day, if you're like, let's say, a Mortal Kombat pro player, you have to spend $1,000 for your flights and your hotel to go to Atlanta to play in a tournament where you're 99.9% chance not even going to make enough money to pay off that trip, but you do it for the love of it. And I think that's where things are getting lost with Fortnite as an esports. So I wasn't originally going to make this video, but everyone keeps asking my opinion, and I want to see how this kind of video does on my channel. Let's see if you guys care enough about just hearing my opinion about a prize pool. If you do, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my opinion? I read all the comments. I'd love to hear whether you completely disagree. You think the console should have no prize money. You think console should have more than PC. Let me know. I want to hear it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean so much to me. Thank you for watching me rant about a prize pool. Let's see if you guys enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.